Metal shoehorns are needed to ease one shell over the other, but it's a perfect fit. The final joining together of an elaborate European jigsaw puzzle. Soon the sales team will have a real plane to show to their customers. But the question is, will the airlines like it?
Thank you.
It's now the 23rd of July 2004, and for Chief Commercial Officer John Leahy, the pressure is mounting. Leahy needs 250 firm orders for the project to break even. So far, he has 139. Today, Qantas Airways, who have ordered no less than 12 aircraft purely on the strength of Airbus's promises, are coming for a tour to see if they've spent their £1.8 billion wisely.
We're going to go out and greet them? Yeah. Okay, well, where's Chris?
Is that time?
Are they going to get about a 10-minute warning or something on the bus? It has to go smoothly. Well, this is one of our best customers, one of our bigger customers now for the 380 program, and we want to make sure that they're happy, that they get the answers from us that they want, and they go away with a good impression. You can imagine what would happen if they came here and said, "Oh my heavens, the A380 isn't what we thought it would be." In front of their entire board, that could be devastating.
It's also an important day at the factory, as the first wing is about to be mounted. Despite the use of computer-aided design, teething troubles are inevitable with the prototype, and some minor work is needed on the fittings for the joint. Project leader Eddie Davis has to respond quickly to this kind of challenge.
It can happen with new aircraft. This is a last-minute job that we've had to just come up today. We didn't know that the fittings weren't to the right standard, so now the guys are reworking them.
Once again, accuracy is vital. The slightest error in the angle at which the wing meets the fuselage could have a drastic effect on the handling of the plane, and critically, its fuel economy. With so many sales resting on the performance of this machine, it's a job that cannot be rushed.
C'est une phase où on va y arriver en une fois, quoi. Il faut y aller tout doucement, petit à petit, par les mouvements pour y arriver. Après, il y aura juste en position finale pour ajuster les angles de la voilure pour avoir le bon aérodynamique en vol. Là, les performances de l'avion dépendent de ce réglage, tout à fait.
Again, the laser positioning system ensures the wing is in the right place and at the right angle. But after a whole day of careful work, another small problem appears. Some large bolts have been left attached to the wing.
We must remove this one for finish the junction of the wing.
A quick phone call to check that it's okay to remove them, and now the wing can be safely joined to the fuselage. A couple of miles away, at the perfectly manicured Airbus headquarters, John Leahy is conducting his guided tour for Qantas. They have arrived at the Airbus showroom, where they'll see a new, far more realistic interior.
Okay, now I think we've got just about everybody. Okay, now Rod.
Though it's all smiles, this is deadly serious. If they don't like it, there'll be trouble ahead.
It's almost like a young family introducing their new baby to the relatives. You want everybody to be impressed. You want everybody to say it's beautiful. And deep down inside, you're really waiting to see what they truly do say.
The head of the airline is Jeff Dixon, a tough-talking, no-nonsense businessman. To begin with, he doesn't seem too impressed.
Notice the headroom. This is coming out about standard size.
John presses on with the walkabout, and then, almost in a whisper, Jeff reveals his true feelings.
But just to give an idea of space that you've got. It's too And that's the way the liners
Oh, it's fabulous. Better than we expected when we ordered, but we did expect a lot, so yeah, right up to expectations.
Although the mock-up gets a good reception, Airbus still have to prove they can deliver the airliners on time.
This is the same size.
With billions already spent on a plane that is yet to fly, there's a lot at stake.
The dimension of a 350.
Now, I wouldn't go as far as to say they bet the shop on it, but they've certainly bet a lot on it. But then, by the same token, we're not betting the shop on buying it, but we're making a huge commitment to an aircraft that hasn't flown. Now, we know and very confident that it will fly, and it will fly very, very well. But still, we're all making very, very big commitments and taking quite a few chances in a development like this.
If the planes are late, Qantas could demand significant compensation. There's not a moment to waste. By mid-June 2004, major structural assembly of the biggest airliner in history is well underway. This is the horizontal tailplane. With a span of 32 metres, it's as big as the wings of a small airliner. Made of carbon fibre in south and central Spain, it's easily the biggest tailplane ever made. The tail fin is another carbon fibre monster. 14 metres high, this component is made near Hamburg in Germany. When installed, it will stand as high as an 8-storey building. Some airports will have to buy new cranes to service it. Carefully, it's craned into place and attached with 24 titanium bolts. As the last piece is attached, Charles Champion comes to check on the plane, and Gilles Cormier has bad news for the boss.
Mais on a un problème de qualité avec ça, quoi. Alignement sur le cadre 110. Le vrai problème, il est là maintenant. Et pas bonne, quoi. Elle est à reprendre.
The last piece of fuselage, the Spanish-built tail cone, is out of line.
Non, c'est 6 mm de là à là. Donc oui...
6 millimeters might not seem very much, but the problem will take 3 days to sort out, time they really don't have.
I think it's one of those phases when where the success of the project is at reach, but you have many elements to tackle in parallel in order to make it happen. So you're under control, but you've got to work fast on several parallel subjects in order to be able to deliver the project at the end.
The next stage is to install the landing gear. These substantial parts have to be extremely strong. Not only is the A380 the heaviest passenger plane ever built, its landing gear must be able to cope with extreme situations. Many landing gear engineers have a copy of this low-resolution video clip as a reminder of the conditions that can occur. Heading for the now disused Kai Tak Airport in Hong Kong is a Boeing 747. Approaching in a crosswind, the left-hand gear is about to take the full weight of the plane as it hits the tarmac. Amazingly, this was a successful landing, and the A380 will need gear that's stronger still. The 747's gear is made by Goodrich, who are also supplying the main gear for the A380. Here, near Toronto in Canada, production is well underway, and testing is just about to begin.
When we have a new landing gear program, we have a lot of tests that we need to do. Strength, performance, dynamics, durability. This one is a performance test. This is one of the first tests we do. It's one of the more important tests. It's called a drop test. What it is a simulation of landing. So when an aircraft lands, an A380 lands, about 560 tons of aircraft moving slowly towards the ground, as well as 200 miles an hour down the runway. When the